You just got your PCS orders to Norfolk Naval Station or Little Creek, and I already know what you did next. You opened Zillow, you typed Virginia Beach, and now you're 3 hours deep into listings for a city you've never actually lived in. I get it. But here's what nobody's going to tell you at your PCS brief, and what most agents won't bring up until after you've already made an offer. Chesapeake, Virginia is 20 minutes from Norfolk Naval Station. 0 tunnels, bigger homes, and your BAH, your basic allowance for housing, goes significantly further there than it does in Virginia Beach. Today, I'm breaking down both cities with real numbers, real commute times, and real neighborhoods, so you can make this decision before you sign a lease, sight unseen, or purchase a home from 3 time zones away. Same BAH, same VA loan, 2 completely different outcomes. Let me show you exactly what I mean. At $425,000 in Virginia Beach, you're most likely looking at a townhome or a smaller single-family home, roughly 1,500 square feet. You're close to the coast, and the market is priced to reflect that. At $425,000 in Chesapeake, that same budget puts you in a single-family home closer to 2,000 square feet, with a yard, a garage, and room for a family that actually needs space to land after a cross-country PCS move. With a VA loan at today's interest rates, a $425,000 home puts you monthly payment in the neighborhood of $3,000 to $3,200, and that's with 0 down, which is the entire point of your VA loan benefit. The question is what that payment actually buys you is completely different depending on which city you choose. On the tax side, Virginia Beach comes in at 0.97 per $100 of assessed value. Chesapeake is 1.01. So Virginia Beach actually wins on taxes. But what Chesapeake gives you back in square footage, garage space, and a tunnel-free commute more than offsets the gap for most military families. This is a comparison most military families never run before they commit to a city. Let's run it together right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Megan Luker. I'm a 3rd-generation real estate agent with over 35 years of experience, and I'm a proud Navy wife and mom. I have navigated this crazy life through the deployments, the pack-outs, the PCS cycles, and everything in between. And I've spent my career helping military families buy, sell, and invest in real estate across Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and the greater Hampton Roads area. Now let's get into it. Virginia Beach has a pull that is generally hard to argue with. And I say that as someone who lived at the oceanfront for the last 4 years. The beach is real, the energy is real, the restaurants, the boardwalk, the sense that you've landed somewhere people actually want to be. All of that is real. And for the right military family, Virginia Beach is absolutely the right answer. If your PCS orders are to NAS Oceana or Dam Neck, Virginia Beach puts you close to the gate without adding tunnel time to a commute that already starts early. That matters more than people realize until they've done it for a full tour. But I want to be honest with you about something, because honest is the only reason to watch a video like this. Virginia Beach in the summer is not quite a coastal town. It's a tourist destination, and military families that PCS in June and July, which is exactly when the oceanfront is at its fullest, there is traffic on Shore Drive, there's backups. The housing market moves fast because everyone wants in at the same time you do. And at $425,000, you're competing hard. Inventory in the military-friendly zones near Kempsville and Oceana move quickly. And the closer you get to the water, the more of your budget is going to location rather than square footage. I've sat across from buyers with solid BAH, fired up about Virginia Beach. And when we ran the actual numbers together, what that monthly payment covered wasn't the house they had pictured. Smaller square footage, no garage sometimes no yard, in exchange for a zip code they loved on a map. That is not a bad trade if your lifestyle is genuinely your priority. beach access, year-round outdoor activity, the oceanfront energy. Virginia Beach delivers all of that. But if your orders are to Norfolk Naval Station or Little Creek, and what your family actually needs is space, a yard the kids can use, and a commute that doesn't eat an hour of your day, I need you to keep watching. Because the city I'm about to show you is where I've watched military families get the most out of their BAH anywhere in Hampton Roads. Greenbrier sits in the northern part of Chesapeake, right off of I-64, and it is the first neighborhood I show to almost every military family coming in on PCS orders, to Norfolk Naval Station or to Little Creek. The drive to Norfolk Naval Station is roughly 20 minutes or so. High traffic could be over 30 minutes. Little Creek runs about 25 to 30 minutes, and you're not touching the bridge tunnel to get to either one of those. If you have ever done a duty station where tunnel traffic turned a 20-minute commute into 45 minutes on a bad morning, you already understand why that matters. No tunnel means consistent commute, and a consistent commute means time back with your family at the end of the day. At $425,000 in Greenbrier, you're in a single-family home, mature neighborhood, established streets, good bones. You have access to shopping, restaurants, and gyms without driving into Virginia Beach to find them. And for dual-income military families, where one spouse is on one base and the other is working in the civilian sector, Greenbrier's position on I-64 opens up the employment corridors in Norfolk, in Chesapeake, and along the western side of Virginia Beach, all without living in the middle of any of them. I want to tell you about a family I worked with not long ago because their story is the reason I bring up Greenbrier first. He had PCS orders to Norfolk Naval Station, an E6 solid BAH, and she was a nurse at Centera Norfolk General. By the time they called me, they had already toured 4 homes in the Virginia Beach area on their own. All 4 were townhomes. None of them had a garage. 2 of them didn't have a proper yard for their 2 kids. They weren't unhappy with Virginia Beach. They just weren't finding the house. So I brought them to one home in Greenbrier. Same price they had been shopping in Virginia Beach. This one had a 2-car garage, fenced backyard, 4 bedrooms, 400 more square feet. She walked into the backyard and stood there for a long moment without even saying anything. Then she looked at her husband and said, "This is it." They close in 30 days, and that is what Greenbrier does for the right family. It is not the beach, but it is the house. Great Bridge is a different conversation, and honestly, it is one of my favorite ones to have with military families who have kids and who have been chasing square footage through every duty station they've had. It sits in the southern part of Chesapeake, and at $425,000 here, you can find 4 bedrooms, a real backyard, sometimes a cul-de-sac, in a neighborhood where people have been there long enough to know each other's names. The commute to Norfolk Naval Station from Great Bridge runs around 25 to 30 minutes depending on traffic. A few minutes longer than Greenbrier, and I'm not going to pretend that isn't a trade-off. But what you are trading are those extra minutes for a level of space and quiet that Virginia Beach simply cannot match at this price. I want to speak directly to the families with kids for a moment, because this is the question I get more than almost any other one. I do not rank or rate schools. That is not what I do. And it is not what this channel is for. But what I will tell you is this. Every family I've worked with who have kids in middle school or high school did their research before they PCSed. Chesapeake City Public Schools came up in that research. Look into it yourself. The data is public and it's worth your time. Now here's something the other Virginia Beach versus Chesapeake videos are not going to tell you, because most of them are not made by people who have actually helped military families navigate their decision. Great Bridge sits at the edge of some of the most underrated outdoor recreation in all of Hampton Roads. The Great Bridge Lock Park, the Dismal Swamp Canal Trail, If your family's weekends involve hiking, kayaking, or just being outside without getting in the car for an hour to find it, then Chesapeake hands you that lifestyle in a way Virginia Beach does not. Virginia Beach gives you the ocean. Chesapeake gives you the land. And for a lot of military families, especially those coming from landlocked duty stations, that distinction ends up mattering more than they expected. Now, let me bring this together quickly before we wrap up. Virginia Beach is the right move if your PCS orders are to NAS, Oceana, or DAMNAC, if beach access and lifestyle are non-negotiable for your family, and if you are ready to move fast in a competitive market where location costs more than square footage. Greenbrier is the right move if you're headed to Norfolk Naval Station or Little Creek and you want a single-family home with a yard and a garage at around $425,000 and a tunnel-free commute that stays consistent, and that matters to your household. Great Bridge is the right move if space and schools are at the top of your list and you're willing to give up a few commute minutes to get the house and the neighborhood your family actually needs. Here's the truth I want you to leave with. There is no wrong answer between these two cities. Virginia Beach and Chesapeake are both genuinely good places for military families to land. And I have helped families build real lives in both of them. But I have also watched families default to Virginia Beach because it was the familiar name and spend their entire tour in a house that did not really fit because nobody sat down with them before they PCSed and ran their actual numbers. That is what I'm here for. You do not have to figure out Hampton Roads from a Zillow search 3 time zones away. And you do not have to make a sight unseen decision without someone on the ground who has been doing this for 35 years and has lived this military life herself. Next week, I'm taking you inside a Virginia Beach neighborhood that most people completely overlook. And it might be the best kept secret for a ranch home in the $430,000 range with 1,800 to 2,000 square feet. You're not going to want to miss that one. If you want to sit down and actually run the numbers for a specific situation, your BAH, your base, your family size, your PCS timeline, look below and book a Zoom call with me. Real numbers, real neighborhoods, no pressure. And if this video helped you see Hampton Roads a little more clearly, go ahead and subscribe. I post every week breaking down PCS decisions, neighborhoods, VA loan questions, and everything military families need to know before they get here. Welcome home. This is real life Hampton Roads.